But she's sweet, but she's very sweet now that she's gotten into her old age, which is very good. She's becoming very sweet, she's losing that, which is nice. And she's also becoming very forgetful, as grandmas are wont to do. Grandmas are very wont to become forgetful. And she'll forget certain things, like the mail, you know, what day it is, comment, you know what I mean. The fact that I don't have a girlfriend for 2 years now, she'll forget that. And I think, you know, she's gotten so old that I think she forgot to die at one point. She just goes and wakes up in the morning and is like, oh, you know what? What day is it? Did I get the mail? I haven't seen Jared's girlfriend for a while. I was supposed to do something else. Oh yeah, died. Did I get the mail? Oh well, maybe the next day, maybe tomorrow. And I wouldn't say this if I didn't love her. I do love my grandma, and I wouldn't say this. She's actually in the bathroom, so be cool when she comes back. I wouldn't say this if she wasn't ready to die, and it's creepy because I'll go there and I spend a lot of time with her now, and she'll be in her corner just doing crossword puzzles, and I'm like, what you been up to this week, Grandma? And she's just like, oh, went to 2 funerals. I'm like, oh, wow, that's exciting, you know. Anything else? She's like, no, my time's mostly free. Oh, my friends are dead. Then she does that little laugh, as if like a cat just tumbled into a basket of yarn. No, if I was saying all my friends were dead at this point, I would be on my knees tearing my tunic. I'd be wearing a tunic and ripping my hair. This is very biblical. We're all gonna walk away learning something. I don't know what it is. And but she will. She's just like, you know, whatever. They're all dead. But dying. You know, after tonight, I think my grandma may haunt me. Which would be interesting, I would think. You always hear about hauntings, and the crazy thing about hauntings are, you always hear like the typical things, like the ghost will slightly open a door, or knock off a book off the shelf, or turn a light on, or, you know, just slam on the wall, and then maybe they'll speak to you near the end of the night. And I don't know if I'd be more creeped out as annoyed. Like, that just seems really annoying. And I would be concerned because it sounds like my ghost has a straight-up drinking problem. Because there'd be 3 a.m., he's zooming back from Ghost Bar, just goes into the door, don't even know how I got home. Slams it, he's stumbling around, it's too bright in here. Turn it on off, do a slam. Grabs a book, he's like, oh, calm down, maintain, bro. Maintain, just gonna read and chill out. Read drunk, read sucks. Book goes, slams on the wall, vomits and falls on the ground in my hallway. That's when he does the ghost drunk dial, when they're not supposed to be talking to you. You know, you're laying in bed and you're just here. What are you doing here? Oh my God, honey, did you hear something? Oh, it's just Trevor the drunk bro ghost. I didn't get up early. Give him a ride back to Ghost Bar. It's impossible to get to Ghost Bar. It's hard to find. You have to die to get there. You know, Trevor lost his job. So for a while, my job at Grow was delivering. So I drove for a living. I delivered paint, which is a marketable skill. Right? You know what I mean? I'm getting to an age now where there were certain things I didn't want to do when I was younger. Like I have a friend who's an electrician now. And when I was younger, I was like, I don't want to be an electrician, you know. I want to do something like astronaut, rock star. And first rock star, astronaut, cosmonaut. Get my Russian citizenship and then become an astronaut. You keep up. And then, so I didn't want to be an electrician, but he came over once, years ago, right when we were coming of age. This could have been a coming of age movie. He came over to do a light dimmer for my parents' house. And I bought like a beer, like a 6-pack or like, you know, and some pizza. I'm like, this is going to be all day, right? This is going to be all day, you know, because I'm the most unhandy person ever. And he just does it in like 15 minutes. And I come down with like the beer and pizza, and he's like, all right, it's done. And I'm just like, oh shit. Prove it. And I thought it was like a magic trick. I was like, oh my God, you can do this? You and I used to get high in a tool shed for like years, and now you can do a light dimmer? What happened? And like delivering paint, no one ever, you know, and if they do, I know they're just doing it to be nice to me. Let's get real. No one's ever gonna call me and just be like, hey Jared, yeah, what's up, man? I just have some paint that I need from my dad's house to my house. And I know, at this point I know they're just humoring me and trying to make it feel worthwhile. You know, you're the guy I'm going to, you're my go-to guy for paint moving. And even though I know he's humoring me, I'm still like, I'm your man. I put on with the Batman voice, I hop in the car and I'm gone. You know, with all my tricks of the trade. What you do is you put the paint in the van, and then you drive, and then you take the paint out. Alright, just keep up with me, I'll teach you all the ropes. Teach you all the ropes. But as driving, I see a lot of things like bumper stickers. We were talking about bumper stickers for a while. And there's one that I have to really, I think as a society we really dropped the ball on this, and it's the Calvin peeing on things. We're just going to let this go by. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. First of all, I read Calvin for a long time. And if I remember correctly, Calvin is a whimsical story about a boy and his imaginary tiger going on great adventures. You know what I mean? I don't remember him peeing on anything, unless there was like the last comic where Calvin just pisses on everything and then canceled it. But people have taken Calvin peeing on things, you know what I mean, as like a symbolism, like, I don't like this. You know what I mean? Like, and at first there was symbolism involved, so you had to use your brain a little bit. Like, Calvin would be peeing on a Cubs symbol, he's probably a Sox fan. Calvin would be peeing on a, you know, Ford symbol, he's probably a Chevy fan. But then people have gotten lazy. I was driving behind a guy who had Calvin pissing on the word Obama. And I'm thinking, this is confusing. This isn't convincing, it's confusing, if anything. And, like, does he not like the name Obama? Or does he not like the B because it's just pinging off the B? I'm not convinced. I don't know if he's ever convinced anybody, like, oh, that's a convincing argument. And I get it now. Calvin is peeing on that. Honey, did you see that? Calvin's peeing on it. Voting Republican. But then I got thinking, this guy does not know how to communicate. Maybe that's the problem. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he has trouble communicating. So maybe he, you know, he has, goes through life just like, you know, oh, that Obama. Calvin pees on him. Oh, he does, Tommy. Calvin pees on him. Flat tire. Oh, Calvin pees on this tire. Calvin pees on it. Divorce? Oh, Calvin pees on you, honey. Calvin pees on you, honey. No, this is your problem, Jeff. You do not know how to communicate. Oh, Calvin pees on words. Calvin pees all over the words. Honey, just say you don't like me. Just say you don't like me. No, Calvin pees on all of this. Okay, honey, just communicate with me. Oh, Calvin pees on this. We used to be Calvin P free. Remember those days, honey? We'd be in the park walking hand in hand. Those were Calvin P free days, weren't they, honey? Calvin pees on me. Pees on me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening.